So friends, Luke's testing his new Tassie. He's a little spellbound of using an axe that works. Like look at it coming out of there. Yeah, it's just popping out of there. That's an interesting piece, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, geez, that comes out nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Body stuff.
Very nice. There it is. The sweet spot. Friends, welcome back to Buck and Billy Ray's YouTube channel. I'm Billy Ray. Good to see you. Luke is my son-in-law, to be. And he's asked for some assistance in this genre. And I said, well, Luke, it's going to start with splitting. You need to know how to use the tool you're making. You need to understand what balance is and toe heavy and what handles do and heads, how they work on. There's so much to learn, and I can't get behind a guy, whether you're my freaking son-in-law or my best friend, if you can't stand behind your product or test your product or even do the physics of what you're trying to do. So I says, let's get out to the chopping block and get out to the wood. And so this is what you're seeing here. I'm basically breaking Luke in or mentoring him in axemanship. So he is going to learn basically hands-on my thought process and my game on the stump with an axe. He's going to learn it. And you watch him, because watch what he does on the chopping block, friends. How he pushes the block forward and always leaves part of the chopping block for him for the axe to go down, because we use the end of the outskirts of the log. We don't really do a lot of reaching over because it'll bust your handle up. We all know this. So I'm breaking them in. So this is context of this. So you may pick up some things, you may not care, but this is what we're doing here. And he is a freaking sponge. Very nice. See how he's hitting that, friends? He's not driving his axe. Yeah, that's still low. That's why you have a thin handle there. Yep. Right?
Yeah, I did nothing.
Isn't that interesting? So did you see what happened there, friends? So this is why to have thin axes here, it's just smart. Like I usually make my handles, my new handles I'm making, I make them thin, down, like thin, almost sharp.
Yeah.
Because we always hang down here. That's usually where we live, but this is a freaking axe, Luke. But what I was saying is place that axe in where it was. So if you put that axe in like that, friends, yeah, like you were in there.
Yeah.
And it came through, and it's going to grab this, but look what happens, friends. So if this axe goes through, I'm going to show you in a spot here like this. So if you hit like that, and this goes through, it's going to pick up this, friends. That's why axes get smashed up here. But if you split wood like this mostly, you're actually going to be all right. But if your handle is super fat here, I learned this kind of later in the game, you're going to get it busted up.
So a general rule is try and make it, similar or thinner here than here,
and a little bit like depending, because you can lose strength.
Yes, right.
But so it's a fine walk, but that is lovely. I mean, look at this axe, friends. Look at this. Thoink. This thing's got everything going for it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Finish that thing up. This thing's holding together, friends. It's got a spike knot there, so he's just, you see how it's not letting go?
No.
It's got a real stringy buttress, so he's got to find an opening here. And this is where a guy can scarf up his axe if he gets impatient. There he goes. Now he's got that, so he can start chipping that side off there now. There he goes. Yeah. Yeah, your swing's much better now, Luke, than it was even a couple days ago.
Totally.
It's like you're developing a system.
Yeah.
If you will.
Starting to click.
Yeah.
All the lessons that you're teaching me, they're starting to kind of make sense.
Well, I'm seeing them in action.
And this helps.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kidding. I've been preaching this stuff for years to people. Like, it just allows you to do so much. You see where that axe ended up, friends? There, it ended up on the chopping block. Yeah, that's coming across nice now, Luke. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's good to see. I remember running through Hogan all through this stuff. Once again, I sit here and I edit these videos, friends, and I'm thinking to myself, like, your referrals are everything. You wear your referrals. Have you ever heard that? If you refer somebody and they screw the customer over, but they got the referral from you. So I'm going to refer Luke to somebody looking for an axe or looking for something. And I know this isn't popular, but there's a ton of people out there doing this craft that don't know how to swing an axe. There, I said it. Yes, I said it. And I have a hard time with that. I'm happy that they're having fun and creating nice axes, but there's just something missing there for me. So I guess my message is learn how to swing an axe. It will intensify your brand beyond your wildest dreams, and it'll be good for your spirit to boot. I can't promote a guy that can't swing it. I can't. That's a neat piece of wood, that. You see where Luke's hands are? Watch his hands. He's getting the program down and the swing. He's big and he's strong, so it's not strength is not his problem, and it won't be his problem. Technique will be his problem, and he's getting this very nicely now. It's good to see. We could have an axeman on our hands down the road.
Tough piece, eh?
It is.
It's like, yeah, it's splitting, but it's holding on.
Yeah, it's so what I do with these, Luke, this is where I bend my knees and drive straight through to the block.
Okay.
So instead of that axe coming down like this and doing what you're doing, because you're ending up like this, I bend my knees and I drive straight down on my knee drop, and I shoot for the chopping block. So it's very important that you're still on the edge of the wood,
right?
Because this is where you can bust the handle up. So you want to drive straight down to the block and bend your knees when you do this. Exactly. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can yeah, exactly. Just smash those off now. Yeah. That is a stringy piece of wood. Look at that. Yeah, and twist her around, and so that one's done. Yeah, it's done. It's just look at that spike knot holding on to that, eh, Luke? Right there. Look at those. That's why there's like 3 eyes there.
Yeah.
Isn't that a neat piece of wood?
It is.
Look at this. Look at this one. Now that's not going to be hard to split at all.
This one's a fun one.
Yeah. That's going to be about how do we keep this on the chopping block is what's this going to be. Geez, that is a nice axe, Luke. This fur it really likes the outside, friends. This Doug fur, it really enjoys being split on the outside like that. So he'll split that like that, and it'll stay split. Then he'll come back and he'll work the chip flicks. I've been trying to teach him the flick a little bit. So this is where folks can bust up a little bit, you know. He'll flick that around, he'll keep pieing, but all that's split now, friends. It's all split.
So just leave it, right?
I leave it. Yeah, you see, just keep going, working around there. Yeah. Very nice. I'll switch your spots. Because why have it go flinging off the handle, you know? good. Yeah, why take the chance, right, Luke?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna bust it up. If you don't take the time, you're gonna bust it up. And that is a glorious axe. So you see what he's doing, friends? He's removing the firewood around and not taking chances, clearing space. If this was a Fiskars, you just wouldn't care. So what happens when you're using Fiskars and you're out chopping wood with your buddy and he hands you his I won't do it. I won't hand guys that use Fiskars, if they ask to use my axe, I just say, yeah. Don't break it. Because it's hard to bust a pattern, eh, Luke?
What's that?
It's hard to bust a pattern. Like if you're used to just overstriking and using a Fiskars, it won't break.
Easier to teach someone that knows nothing how to do something
To break a habit.
Someone stuck in their ways, right?
That's right, yeah. And I'm not saying Fiskars is a bad axe, because Fiskars is a great axe. I'm talking to people who want to use their beautiful axes that they make and don't be afraid to swing them.
Flick.
Oh, flick action there. Good stuff. So this reminds me, friends, of when I was teaching Hogan how to run saw. Do you guys remember that phase of the channel? That wonderful historic time of breaking in my boy climbing trees, and Hogan topped his first tree on this channel. His whole journey is on YouTube. Isn't that incredible? And now he's one of Integrated Ops' top freaking climbers, working in the forestry industry as a tree climber. Probably going to be a certified. He'll probably be running crews at some point. I don't know. He has the option. He's working for a wonderful company. It's just amazing to look back, and it. So Luke here on the axes, I'm just showing him what system I use. So he's got that axe sold, I reckon. So he takes it out and tests it. Well, what if he's swinging it? So what if he smashes it up? He's going to have to rehaft it. So there is a way to use your wonderful vintage wooden handled axes. Now the Fiskars axe is a wonderful tool. It is. It works great, and it's great for a production man, or anybody. I know lots of guys that run Fiskars. I just don't, and I like my old axes. I'm a traditionalist. So Luke's doing a good job. I hope somebody maybe picked up something from this video, but it reminds me of the time. That's what I was saying. It reminds me of the time when I broke Hogan, and there was so much information on, because I was teaching Hogan, and there was guys emailing me saying, through you teaching your boy, I am learning. It was so cool, friends. I remember it distinctively, getting those emails from young men. So it's pretty cool. So hopefully maybe on this journey, maybe we can share some more axemanship tips and go a long way, because we've been doing a lot of axe content lately. I've been resurged. We are doing more axe content going forward. I think it's one of those tools and one of those activities that it's primal. It nurtures the spirit. I will never stop talking about this, ever. The axe, the saw, the woods has given me everything. I mean, in here. Outside, of course, but in here. I chose to make a living on a saw and an axe. I fed my family on firewood before I started ever doing tree work and climbing trees and falling timber. It started with firewood. So that's why I tell guys, get a pickup and some axes and a couple of saws and go make your way. It can be done. There's people doing it left and right. Daryl, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, friends, I'm just so grateful and happy that you're here. We've got, I just about forgot. I was in Walker Saw Shop. I'll show you a blurb here. I'll show you a blurb right now. Let's. So what do we do here? How do you do this? I mean, what do you guys want? What do you guys like? You tell me. What kind of a saw do you want? You want a big saw? You want a small saw? $1,100. I say we buy it and give it away to give it away to some unsuspecting person who goes over to buckandbillyray.com, and every purchase they make at buckandbillyray.com, ball cap, shirt, every purchase is entered. Christine deals with all this stuff, friends. I don't do it. I just do this work. I do the dirty work. I think it's time we gave a saw away. Do you agree, Luke?
I like it.
Yeah, let's just do it. I'm buying it. We're gonna give the saw away. Can I buy that? It's all broken already? Do you have a full wrap set for that here? Thank you. We're gonna spin the wheel again on a live feed. Don't miss it. At buckandbillyray.com. We love yous. Over and out. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. And go follow Luke. Go follow his journey. He's a nice, super young man. He's just starting out in this craft. And again, this is only for me. I see so much out there on the internet, but I believe you should know how to swing or operate the tool you're trying to sell or get behind. You should know a little bit about it. So he's going to learn. Over and out. I got a lot of people asking me where my boy is and how my kids are doing, and I appreciate that so much. Well, Hogan, I'm going to ask people in this community to do me a favor. It's time. It's time we did this. Integrated Ops is where Hogan ended up. That's where he's working. He's one of their top climbers. And I could not be prouder of my boy. Hogan, if you ever see this, sonny boy, I love you and you're doing an amazing job. Now listen, I'm going to show you a channel. It's Ben Warnock. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Ben, you're doing a heck of a job. Ben is a supervisor. He's a cutter as well, but he's more, his role for integrated is in a supervisor role. So he's out there with the boys, the paperwork end of it, but he still climbs. You'll see on his channel. I want you to go support his channel. Tell him Buckin sent you over to say hello. And I want you to watch a video of my boy tearing apart a massive cedar tree that Ben filmed and did some commentary through the thing. So Ben is kind of a slash climber, supervisor, working with the fellas. And from what I see, he's a great fella. So pop over and see this channel. I'll put it up on the screen here, and go subscribe to Ben and follow their journey there at Integrated Ops. They're a very neat company. There's my boy right there, taking apart a massive tree. It's big. I won't show you too much, but there he is. And here's the guy right there. There's his channel, Ben Warnock. Go follow that man. Tell him Buckin sent you. Tell him he's doing a good job, and thank him for showcasing my boy.